Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Live Chat with Flylady Kat. I'm here today to give you peace in your life, control in your home, and to help you learn how to finally love yourself. Today was and still is Thursday, and we have a 3-layer cake. We'll address that in just a minute. Let's see who all's on here. We have one person on, no thumbs up, 27 seconds in. Hopefully that you'll jump on soon. Ooh, now we have 9. So come on in and say hello. There we go. Nancy R. and Amanda Wood, hello. Jackie Longnecker and Erica C. Hey. Anyone else? Pop on in here. 16 of you now. 5 thumbs up. Thanks a lot. Kathleen Hemingway, good evening. Happy Nana, hello. Sarah Simplicity says good evening. Oh my gosh, I've got some exciting news for you guys. Come on in. Come on in. We got a little bit more. And Misty Amon, Kat, did you get my message from the other day? I don't know. Remind me what it was. Debbie King, Tampa. Hello. Nancy H. Happy Thursday. Caitlin Greathouse. Good evening. Renee L. Hi, Kat and Mr. B. Maria Conley. Thank you so much for the Patreon video this week. You are truly amazing, and it hit the spot. Yay! I'm so glad you enjoyed that, Maria. Happy Nana says yay about the news. Becky Stoneman says hello, and Gail Buster says hi. Kat and Company, and Nancy says exciting news. Yay! Okay, I'm going to stop right there. So we're going to go and say hello to all the new people coming in. Encourage you to please watch the Flylady video that I have on my main channel that says how to do the Flylady system for newbies. Okay, then you'll know what we're talking about. So what we had today was a 3-layer cake. The first layer was our routines. We have 5 routines every single day of our life. Well, not every day. We don't have laundry on the weekends if we're at-home fly babies, and we don't have laundry on Sunday no matter what kind of fly baby we are. And also we don't have paper on Sundays. Okay, but we have 5 most days, and they are get up and do your morning routine for yourself, and then follow that with your children's morning routine if you have them. Follow that with laundry if you have laundry, paper if you have paper, and then in the evening, after dinner routine, before bed routine. If you are employed outside the home or in the home and you're a payroll fly baby that has to focus on your job, which I would assume you would if you're getting paid for it, then you're just going to do your morning routine if you have a conventional schedule. When you come home, you'll do your laundry and your paper. Then you'll make dinner, let it simmer, or do it right before, or maybe it's in the crock pot, and then do the rest of the story. So we have 2 other layers. The second layer is the zone. The zone we're in this week is zone 3. The zone 3 is the hall bathroom, the one with the tub, the sink, and the shower. It's the main bathroom and 1 other room. So not the living room, not the dining room, not the kitchen, not the master bedroom, not the hall bathroom, but what else do you have? So maybe it's a guest room, maybe it's a laundry room, maybe it's a sun porch, whatever. That's your other room. The garage, the attic, that's your other room. Okay, so you're going to work for 15 minutes if you have clutter in these areas, decluttering, and then when you're done, you're going to complete the process. If you don't have clutter, you're just going to do a deep clean. I only ask you to work for 10 minutes on one thing, or less if it takes less time. You're going to do 4 things every single week in the zone that you're in once you're decluttered, to keep your house clean so you never have to do that 6-hour deep clean thing ever again. All right, so let me go back and see what Misty was saying about a notice. Let's see, Misty, about your grandmother. Didn't I address that? I think I did. About your grandmother. Is she all right? What's going on? I think somebody's grandmother was ill, right? Is that yours, Misty? Erica C. says, I miss you on Wednesdays. By Thursdays, I'm having cat withdrawals. Aw. Mr. B is saying hello to everyone. And there's the link for how to do the Flylady system for newbies. Ron and Sherry Cook, back home after our week watching our grandkids, cooperative teenagers for the most part, blessed and tired. Sherry, did you see where I showed your card and thanked you for that? Patricia says, good evening to all. Satya Morrison? Satya? How do you pronounce your name? Hi, I'm going to say Satya. Or Sasha, maybe. Could be a soft T. Let me know. Susan Gooks, Gooks, says, good evening. Carrie P is here. Hi, Carrie. Patricia said, no, Mr. B, you are beautiful. I mean, oh, so handsome. Good evening. You're so funny. Hello, all, Patricia M says. And Patricia says, dear Kat is beautiful inside and out. You're so sweet. Margot says, hi, everyone. Misty says, no, ma'am. Remind me then, Misty, remind me. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Sherry Cook said I did, and you are welcome. Mr. B thanks Patricia. Nancy H, your April 22nd Patreon on your planners is very good. Thank you again for that great info. You're very welcome, Nancy. Okay, here's my exciting news. As you know, my daughter Robin is an author. Her very first book is being published in New York City, and it's going to be released the 23rd. And we are going to New York. My daughter Robin, my daughter Karen, me, my daughter's both of my daughter's friends, Shannon and Angie, and then Shannon's mom. So we all love each other. We're all going to go up and have a wonderful time. We're going to be there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we're going to be meeting. Well, she's going to meet with her publishers, and then we're going to have a little excursion with them afterwards. So we're real excited about that. But that's not what I'm really excited about. I mean, I am very excited about that. But I'm really thrilled for the most pressing thing that we're going to do. Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. I will not be doing a Flylady video. As you know, I don't do those on the weekend, but I will be interviewing my daughter, Robin Huber, live in her home, in her little sunroom. And you can ask her questions about the process of writing her book. So I'm real excited about that. It's going to be 30 minutes long. It will start sharp at 9:30 and end sharp at 10. She has to go to a football game for one of her kids. So come see us 9:30 Saturday morning. Set your clocks. We'll be there on time. And I'm so excited. Okay, Misty's question is here now. Let's see what that is. So please tell me you're going to join me. I'm so excited for that. And she's a little nervous because she's never done a live interview before, so it'll be fun. Misty said her mother is 84 and refuses to get up and move around. Oh, I remember we talked about this, and do anything for herself. And since I am her caretaker, I'm trying to get her moving more so she doesn't hurt so bad from inactivity. It was either you or one of my other fly babies that I mentor has a mother who does the same thing. It's not uncommon when they get old to not want to move because they don't feel good. And sometimes their heart isn't good enough to support movement. So we need to find out what they can really do. And even despite what their doctor says, let them tell you what they feel like they can do. They're 84. They deserve to be able to tell you that. Now, if she's got some kind of mental impairment, you may have to go by what the doctor says and walk her around a little bit. Hold her arm, walk her around, or put her with her walker and walk with her. I think the most common thing that people that are in their 80s that are not well and old, they really crave touch. So I'm going to encourage you to touch her. Put your hand on her back and walk with her. Put your hand on her arm. Don't hurt her though, because they're really delicate. Just be real gentle. Don't pick her up by her arms. Don't lift her up like that. That hurts them. So that's what you do. Just walk her around, be with her. She's not going to do it on her own if she doesn't feel well. She just may be out of gas. It may be that time of her life that she's just done and she just wants to sit. It may be that she has bad arthritis and she needs some medication. Whatever it is, just pay close attention to her signals and signs. I know that my mother's doctor would say she could do all kind of things that she absolutely could not do, and I knew because I took care of her 24/7, and so did my sisters, and we all agreed that the things they were saying that the physical therapists were saying to do was way out of her league and was going to cause her to get injured, fall, or something like that, because she also has a weak heart, etc. Now she's stronger and she can do more, but she couldn't right then. So you have to listen and look and see what they can do and what they can't do, okay? Larry is reminding everybody, Mr. B, to put your questions in caps or super chat so I don't miss them. And we're going to see what Amanda says. She's fallen off the wagon. My house is at its worst. My goal is to get on the wagon and stay and be proficient in the routines by the time school starts. Besides that, how do I do the Flylady system? Go back, watch the video, how to do the Flylady system for newbies, recommit, remember that you're not going to be perfect, that you are going to fall off from time to time, and that the very best thing to do is to step right back in as soon as you're aware of it. Remember, every breath is new. You don't have to wait for a new day. Every breath you take is new. So if you wake up and you mess around till 2 in the afternoon and then you realize what you've done, go do your morning routine and then step in where you are. If it's time for the after dinner routine or it's time for, I don't know, a clutter check, do that. If you missed your zone work and you missed your basic weekly plan because that was in the morning, you missed it. But you do need to do your morning routine. Routines are very important. All right, so that's the answer. I hope that's helpful. Let's see. Jackie Longnecker says she'll be watching Saturday. Yay, Jackie. I hope you have some good questions for her. Amanda Wood, routine. What else can I do? Patreon. I need daily motivation. Amanda, yes, Patreon would be great. If you want to become a patron, join. It's $5 a month. You'll be a force of 1,000. You'll have lots and lots of videos on there, one a day, 5 days a week to encourage you. You can go back and watch any of the hundreds that I already have on there. And you can also watch videos right here on the YouTube channel. Go back and search the playlists. You can look especially at the playlist where I made videos with Nikki, and I tell you about each and everything that we do, and then she makes a video. So that's another thing to do. Mainly, it's not about a feeling. It's about your intent. You know, when you decided to do the Flylady system, your intent wasn't to wait on the feeling to hit you to do it. Your intent was to do it. Now, a lot of us intend to do it perfectly, and that sets us up for failure. Don't do that to yourself. Just do it. Just do it. Okay. And you can always watch recordings of me if that makes you happy, you know, right here. Okay. Sherry said, I am happy to see you. My morning routine is done, I'm assuming. Amanda said, I know you're no longer taking clients. I take clients. I've actually mentored about 13 or 14 today. I mentored about 16 yesterday. And I only do on those 2 days. I'm full right now all the way through the end of August. But in September, I'll be taking more. If you're a patron, I'll be putting an announcement out probably at the end of August of when those classes will start, how much they are. And then there'll be first come, first serve who wants to take a part in that. That's $80 a month generally, because there's generally 4 classes a month, and each class is $20. It's 30 minutes long. Okay. Let's see. Misty said, okay. Maria said, I am so excited about Saturday. I cannot wait. I'm excited, and I can't wait to read the book. Yay, Maria. I'm so glad. Let me go back to Misty. Misty, so did that make sense to you? Are you living with your mother? Your mother's living with you? I'm not sure. Tell me a little bit more. Okay, Micah said, today was my car and purse day, and the girls really helped. I stuck to a consequence today for the girls because they forgot to unload the dishwasher after being asked, so they lost, drum roll please, electronics. That's right. Good job. Kat's Patreon page, Mr. B's got it up there for you. If you want to join the Patreon group and become a patron, it's only $5 for a whole month. You get 20 videos, and I would say it's second best to being personally mentored. I will answer questions that you have for me in the form of a video if that's necessary, or I will just answer your question by typing an answer. Susie, thank you so much, Susie. I'm so sorry that we didn't have an appointment because you had a conflict, but how sweet of you. And I meant to tell you, Susie, please just text me with any questions you have this week. Even though I'm in New York City, I will be answering my personal Flybabies questions and looking at their pictures on my personal text. So knock yourself out. I can't wait to see what you have to say. You are so sweet. Thank you, Susie. That's very, very nice. So I feel the love. I feel all warm inside. Okay, let me get back to Patreon. So if you want to be a patron, join Patreon. It's only $5 a month. 20 videos a month. And then when you do this, you're going to become a force of 1,000, because we're going to have 1,000 patrons. I'm believing for, Larry and Mr. B and I are believing for 1,000 patrons by the end of December. Each person that is a patron will be a part of the force of 1,000. As a force of 1,000, you have the ability to be part of a force that's going to change a large portion of our world, because 1,000 people influencing themselves and those people in their family and those people in their families by the things that you're doing, by the education that you're able to give to inform them how the mind works for a sidetracked person, what tools we need, because somebody may be born organized and their spouse may be born organized, but maybe your poor grandchild is sidetracked, and so you can help them, help her or him. And I have people all over the world who are patrons, so we can really be a force for change in the world, and that to me is the most exciting thing. Of course, I ask you to pay $5 a month, just a pittance, so that you realize that it is important and it is serious and that you need to take it. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this at all. I want to do this. I'm encouraged to do this, and I feel as if I have been given a vocation to do this. And I pray before every video so that I know it will be helpful for you. So come on, be a force of 1,000. Stay on there. Don't jump off and on. Stay on. Watch the videos daily. Don't forget, don't waste your money. Watch the videos. They are for you. Some of them are for mothers, some of them are for people who don't have children, but I still encourage you to each one watch everyone because you'll get something out of it, even if it's for your inner child when we're talking about children. Okay? Okay. All right, let's see. What have we got here? What time Saturday, Susie? I'm going live with my daughter Robin at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be exactly 30 minutes. It's going to start 9:30 sharp and end at 10 sharp a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please be there. Please be there and ask her questions. She will be so thrilled. She's a little nervous, but I know that you guys will make her comfortable. Connie Miller said, I took care of my mother-in-law till she passed away and take care of my mom who is 88. Excellent advice, Kat. Thank you. My mom will be 88 this August, and my daddy will be 89 this July. So yeah, we've been taking care of him for a while. Let's see. Okay, Erica said, started project mode this week instead of doing the zone because we should be moving into our new house in the next few weeks. Yay, Erica, I know that's so exciting. You can do it. You can do it. I'm so excited for you. Yes, ma'am. Just skip your zones and work the project and make sure you're doing clutter checks even as you're doing this, okay? Okay. And your routines, of course, and pay your bills and buy groceries. Those kind of things still have to happen. And even a basic weekly house blessing every week. So when you get time and the house is empty and you have to clean it, it won't be so hard. Amanda said, thank you, Kat. You're inspiring. I would love to sign up in September. Well, we'll see. It is first come, first serve. But come on over, become a patron. And then when I put it out, then we'll see. Okay? If you're there and I have space, I will definitely be happy to mentor you. Kat Pro said, hey, Kat and Mr. B. And Mr. B, welcome, Kat. Patricia said, yay, Erica. Again, thank you, Susie. I'm running across that again. Memory Sempre Vivo. Yay, I caught you live, so happy to see you. Thank you. What is your first name? Is it Memory? Patricia said, yay, Susie. Sherry Smaza said, my mom is still here to help us. I am confused and weak. If I say that my routines are silly, but they are wrong. Oh, they say they're silly, but they're wrong. I did all routines today, even got the sheets changed. The house is looking good. Go, girl. I'm glad your mom is strong enough to help you. Susie said, Patricia is so sweet. Yes, she is. Gretchen Berkey, good evening. Making dinner. Go, Gretchen. Yay, Susie, you rock, Mr. B said. Here's a question from Osa Romero. How should a homeschooling mom approach the Flylady system, like a paycheck Flylady? Not exactly. There's a book that's written by one of the other Flyladies that I worked with, and it's called How to Give Your Children Wings Without Losing Yours. You can find it on Amazon. She personally homeschooled her children. Of course, she personally homeschooled them, 7 of them. And I think she's still got one left at home, and wrote a book. So that is very helpful. At how to incorporate the Flylady system while you are homeschooling. But you don't have to read that book. You simply do the homeschooling system as part of your routine. You know, you're going to do your morning routine. Your kids are going to have their routines. The groovy, old word, groovy thing about being a homeschooler is that everything is educational. So can taking care of your home be educational. And then you do your schoolwork. You do those things that you have to do. And you don't need that many hours to do your schoolwork, right? You don't need more than 4 probably at the most. And you have at least that much when you're doing your regular Flylady system and you still have the day available to you. So I know you can do it. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Susie's given us kisses and hugs. Gretchen said, good for you, Sherry Maza. And Patricia said, Sherry, no, your routines are not wrong. They may not understand it because they have never worked the system. Good for you for sticking to your convictions. Do take care of yourself. That was nice, Patricia. Gretchen Berkey, I'm in New York City this weekend. Well, Gretchen, we're going to cross paths because I'll be there Sunday. Of course, I won't get there till Sunday afternoon, and you'll probably be on your way out. Today's Patreon video title is Recommitting to Your Schedule. Mr. B put that up for you, so if that's something that sounds like it could help you, come on and join. Shelly Lee said, I'm here, Kat, snapping more beans while listening. Shelly lives in Jacksonville and is one of my personal fly babies, and her dad's beans have come in, and she's having to can beans. So we talked about the schedule and canning. Erica said, clutter checks are my lifeline. My project right now is decluttering every single item that is not necessary in the new house. Go, Erica. Olivia Rodriguez said, love your videos. Thank you, Olivia. Micah said, I can't wait till Saturday. Me too. Hi, how are you, Kimmy? Kimmy's on. Kimmy's on. Yay. Kimmy, did you hear me announce that on Saturday I'm going live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which if you're on Mountain Time is 7:30 a.m. I'm going to be interviewing my daughter in her home at 9:30 a.m. till 10 sharp about her book. It's not going to be about Flylady. It's going to be about her book. And so I'm really excited to have her answer questions about the process and have you have a little insight into her life as a busy mom. Okay? So us would love to have questions from you and from everyone. Erica said, for the month of May, getting rid of the number of items each day determined by the date, i.e. today was the 16th, so I pitched 16 items. That's a smart way to go. Yay. Hey, Kimmy, Cat Pro said, and welcome, Kimmy, Mr. B says, Zibusisu Makiwa. Hi, Kat, it's Z. Hi, Z. I'm all the way in Staffordshire, England. Glad to have caught you live tonight. I am off sick from work and struggling for motivation. Love your motivation and thank you. Kisses. Thank you, Z. Remember, I will try my best to motivate you. However, if we wait for motivation, sometimes nothing will get done. You just have to do it to make it a habit, one step at a time, one thing at a time. Okay? Okay, I hope you feel better soon. And if you're really home from work, then you probably shouldn't be doing much. Maybe light routines. Connie said, groovy. We're about the same age. Shelly says to Erica, that's a cool idea about the 16 things, etc. Welcome, Z, from Mr. B. She's in her apron, said, so awesome. I know, Kimmy, I'm so excited. And if you don't know, Kimmy, we're going to New York Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because her book's going to be released. So my daughters and I and some of her friends and one of their mothers are all going. We're going to have a good time. It's Kimmy is K-I-M-M-I-E, I think. Aren't you, Kimmy? Aren't you I-E? No, I think she's Y. Kimmy, tell me. Are you I-E, Kimmy? I think you are I-E, but I can't remember. Okay. Asa Romero said, homeschooling mom of 5. I get up 3 hours before the kids and get morning routine, basic weekly plan, and accept errand day and zone work done before they get up. Well, that's a good plan. How old are your 5 kids, Erica? Kimmy, they're all spelling it with an I-E. Thank you. Misty said, I'm back. Sorry I had to run help mom with my stepdad. I am glad you are back. Erica said, then we do the kids' morning routine, then school, then lunch, then afternoon routine, outdoor time, errands, appointments, then dinner, after dinner, then before bed routine. Enough rest, getting up 3 hours before the kids? Just want to know. Patricia says, far out. Thanks, Mr. Beasley said. Yes, Kimmy said. Oh, Kimmy spells it with a Y.
Oh, no, I'm sorry for spelling it wrong.
Larry said he's sorry he spelled it wrong, Kimmy. Kat, forgot the name of your daughter's book. I was looking for it. Can you remind me? Well, my daughter's name is Robin, R-O-B-I-N, Huber, H-U-B-E-R, and her book is A Love Like Yours. That's the first one. It's a 2-parter. The second part is A Story Like Ours. That will be released in June, but this one is released May 23rd. So you can order it now on Amazon and they'll release it May 23rd. So exciting. Okay. Z says, I'm definitely on light duties and currently folding laundry as I watch you. Okay, Z, I'm glad that's all you're doing. Take it easy. The whole reason you're home is to rest and get better, okay? Erica said her kids are 3, 8, 9, 11, and 11. Okay, so what time do you go to bed? And what time do you get up? Larry said he's sorry for spelling your name wrong. It's okay. He just has me a big hug one day. That's right, Kimmy. Well, you know, my name is Kathy, and it's spelled K-A-T-H-I-E, and no one spells it that way. So, but that's the way it is on my birth certificate. I'm one of those. Osa said, at Erica, I would have to get up at 3:30 or 4. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. How, Erica, are you getting up that early? The 3-year-old goes to bed at 8, the big kids go at 9, I go to bed at 10, and I get up at 5. So you're getting 7 hours, and if you're a 7-hour sleeper, that's going to work for you. But if you're an 8 or 9-hour sleeper, that's not going to work. But I'm glad that's working for you. Micah said, great, thank you so much. Mr. B says, kisses and hugs for him, Kimmy. Okay. Grandmother, and she lives with mom. Okay. So that's good. How's your mom doing with that? Does she get help from you from sometimes, Misty? You know, I know it's hard when you have a mom and a grandmom. Kat and Mr. B are the bee's knees. You're so funny, Susie. All right, we've got about 4 more minutes. I'm ready for questions, comments, and concerns. I will be live in the morning, and I will be live tomorrow evening. I'm not saying specifically at what time. I will try to put...
Only in the morning.
Oh, no, yeah, tomorrow's Friday night. We're going on date night. Only in the morning. I will try to be on sometime around 9, but I'm not sure. So just kind of keep your eyes open. But on Saturday, it will be on the money, 9:30. Okay. Oh, so when my kids were younger, Susan Youngkin says, I got up early and did routines before them. Now that they're older, they help with everything. Homeschool mom of 3 boys. I like your style. I like that, Susan. Sasha, thank you. I thought maybe it was a soft T. Sacha, like that. And you're from Sydney, Australia? Well, good day, mate. Or good evening. How do you say that? Good evening? Is that what you say? Or is there another? Is it always good eye? Where's our girl who used to be on here all the time from Australia? She's the one who takes care of the elderly in the old folks home, or whatever you call it nowadays. How does Payroll Flybaby tackle projects time-wise? Well, instead, all the places where you would do a zone is when you do a project and you don't do a zone. So it might take you a little longer because you don't have extra time to put into it, like a person at home could put 30 minutes in instead of 15, sometimes even 45 rarely. You might not have that much time, but at least you could work an hour on the project on the weekend and not at all during the week. You could do that. Okay. Sacha said, Payroll Flybaby have worked all weekend, how to fit everything in. Well, you're going to work all weekend, but are you going to work all week and all weekend? And is that normal? Most people who work, I worked for 40 years. I've had to have overtime on the weekend occasionally, but generally I had 2 days off. Or if I worked strange shifts, sometimes I work 4 days on, 3 days off. So there's time off that you can do things. Unless it's one of those seasons where you have to work overtime, and in that case you just do zones. Let's see. Erica said, what's funny is that I'm naturally a major night owl, but I have forced myself into this schedule because otherwise chaos reigns. As long as I stick to my schedule, everything just coasts along. It's good to know, Erica. And you know what? Staying up at night is probably the worst thing you can do as a mom because you just are drained during the day. Hi, Kat. Tara. Hi, Tara. Good to have you back on here, pretty pennies. Kimmy said, I'm so glad tomorrow's Friday and the kids will be done with school on the 24th. Yay! Congratulations. School's out forever. Whatever. Any advice on how to get the family involved in following the system? How old are your children? Let me know. Micah, I did the walls in the zones today. That's great. You know, we forget about our walls, but they need wiping down. Gretchen said, I think that's Erin from Australia. Nope, it's not Erin. Her name starts with an O. Susie's smiling. Cat Pro's coming up. Husband and 2 kids and no one helps, age 10 and 14. Girlfriend. Girlfriend. If you have a 10-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a husband, and no one's helping, then you need to alpha up. Alpha up. Look. One of my flybabies, and I know she won't be ashamed for me to say this because I'm not going to say her name, but we were talking about bedtimes, and her children had to change their bedtime from 9 o'clock to 8 o'clock because their routine changed in the morning at school. And I said, they're going to have to go to bed at 8. 9 was already too late, but 8. And she said, oh, that's going to be tough. And I said, no, you're going to be tough. Your kids aren't tough on you. You're tough. Doesn't mean you're mean. It means you're firm. Think about your favorite teacher in school. Was that person a pushover? Could you pull the wool over their eyes? Were they mean? Were they firm? Were they kind? That's why you liked them. They were fair, firm, kind, not a pushover. If you're letting your kids, these are your kids, this is you, you're supposed to be a wall, they're supposed to just know how far they can go. If you're letting your kids push you till you fall over, your kids are going to be unhappy because they don't know where they stand, and you are going to be unhappy because you're letting kids push you around. If you let kids run the house, your house will look like kids run the house. You run the house. Somebody has to run the house. Let it be you. So change your mind, change your attitude, talk to them kindly. Oh, it's Olwen, Gretchen. Thank you. It's Olwen. I'm missing Olwen. Okay, change your attitude, change your mind, and say to yourself, you know what? This is not going to happen anymore, and I'm going to have a conversation with my family. Your children are still small enough. You can have dinner at the table. They don't like dinner at the table? Too bad. Dinner at the table. Sit down. You're going to have a conversation. And that conversation is going to include what you expect from them and what you expect to do for them and what you expect them to do for themselves. You're going to tell them that you will respect them and you will be respected in turn. Just because you're at home doesn't mean you're their servant. Everyone eats, everyone cleans up, everyone sleeps in a bed, everyone washes their sheets, everyone wears clothes, everyone washes their clothes. What you're training your children to do is to be individuals who have wings. They know how to do things for themselves. They don't go out to college dumb. They might be smart in the books, but they're dumb. They don't know how to balance a checkbook or take care of money. They don't know how to buy food. They don't know how to wash clothes. They don't know how to make change, for heaven's sakes. Let's teach our kids some things. Teach them, and teach them now while they're still young. And then have a private conversation. Before you do that, have a private conversation with your husband about the fact that there are certain things you are willing to do, and there are certain things that you will want help on. And you would never expect anyone to work more than 10 minutes at a time, and that you would never expect your kids to work 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. You don't want to work them like they're a little slave either. And so you're going to kind of blow their mind, because you're going to say, look, I want you to dust, but I don't want you to spend more than 10 minutes on it. And I don't want you to detail dust. I just want you to fluff around. And you're going to vacuum, but I don't want you to vacuum the whole place and worry about the lines and everything, just where we walk. All right? So you're going to talk to them, and you're going to become the alpha. They have to know that this is as far as they can go, and if they go any further, they're just beating their head against the wall. Eventually they'll stop. You've waited a little while, so you're going to have to be stern, but not mean, not mean at all. Firm but kind. Let's see what Kimmy just said. She said, we have a family counseling once a week, and that way communication is always clear and expectations are met, and we are perfect. And we are perfect, I know, but it really helped. We aren't perfect, I know, but it really helped. That's right. If you don't tell your kids what you expect and you don't mean what you say, then they are just in la la land. They don't have any idea. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay, so Kat said they do it with me, but not on their own. So now you're going to inspect what you expect, and if they have chosen not to do something that you've asked them to do and give them plenty of time, then you're going to say, even when you're having that conversation with them earlier, you have a choice. You can choose to do this little job I give you, or I will choose a consequence for you. And then you have to make the consequence worth it. Now, you can't make the consequence complicated or you'll screw up. You can't say, okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays you can't have the iPad because he has it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, blah, blah, blah. You can't do all that. You have to make it quick and now, immediate. Quick and now. Not long, quick and now. So, thank you. I see you didn't do the dishes. Give me your iPad. I'll give it back to you tomorrow. I'll do the dishes. You're not mean. It's a fact. It's what's going to happen. No, Mom, I'll do the dishes. You know, you might give them one chance to do it once like that, once. But the next time and they say, oh, no, Mom, I'll do the dishes, you say, no, you won't. I already gave you a second chance before, and now you've done it again, so that's not happening. Give me your thing. You're so mean. You're unfair. It was your choice. It's not me. It's you. They'll do that. If they know you mean business, they will do it. If you say, I'm going to inspect what I expect, I expect you to wash your hair. Come here, let me smell your head. You didn't wash your hair? Are you kidding me? Get back in the shower and wash your hair and give me your iPad. That's not mean. That's firm. You're teaching your children to obey you and to do what you say, okay? All right, I'm getting off of that. I know I get very passionate about this, but children will be sneaky. That's just their nature. And they won't do what you ask them to do if you don't mean it, because why should they? I wouldn't. Would you? If you were a kid and your mom was easy like that, would you do it? Heck no. So don't hold them responsible for it. Hold yourself responsible for it. But do hold them responsible when you have given them a job and given them clear instructions and given them a second chance one time. Hold them responsible and make their consequence quick, right now, just this one time. And the next time it'll happen again, and the next time it'll happen again. And after a while, they get tired of that, losing their iPhone or their pad or whatever it is, And don't let them say, "Fine, I'll go use the so-and-so system." You lose all electronics. And if you have to disconnect it, I mean, it depends on your kids. Some of them are super sneaky. Some of them are kind of mean. But that's okay. You take care of business, and then you put it back, okay? Teach them with small consequences and avoid the big consequences, Susie said. That's right. So true, Z. All right, let's see. Did I miss anything up here? I took Kat's advice on getting kids involved despite starting late, 15 and 19, and now participate and are now independent, as opposed to when I thought I was being loving but disabling them instead. Good point. I can get my kids to help, no problem, but my husband, on the other hand, you chose him, that's your spouse. Sometimes when we do these things and we start getting our houses better, you'll have one of those who will start kicking in, and it'll work. Some of them are totally out there, what you expect, and let their daddy know that's happening, okay? My mom was disabled, so I did everything since 7, so I felt bad, Kat said. Yeah, that shouldn't happen, Kat. If you're a disabled person, you should get some professional help if you have a 7-year-old, and maybe she couldn't afford it, and I know that's it. Oh, you felt bad making them do it? Your kids, because of that? No. Your life is not their life. This is their life. Don't do that. That's what people did a long time ago. They said, "Oh, I was so deprived as a child, let me give my children everything." And then they have these little spoiled, enabled not enabled, but entitled brats. And it has nothing to do with how you didn't have anything. It has everything to do with what their life is like now. So take care of your kids based on their situation, not based on yours, okay? And I'm sorry that you felt bad as a child and had to take care of your parents since you were 7, and that's a lot for a little girl. But you know what? A lot of times, I know that Mary Kay Ash had to do that when she was 5 years old. She was making dinner for her daddy who had tuberculosis, and her mother worked in a fry cook place. And Mary Kay Ash is Mary Kay from the makeup company, and it gave her a lot of character. So, I'm sorry that it happened to you, but I bet you have a lot of character. But don't let your kids slide because you had to work. Don't do that. I'm on a roll. Okay, thank you so much, Kat said. Let's see. I went backwards a little bit. Hello, Kat. Barely caught you. Hey, Yasmin. Susan said, learn to change the Wi-Fi password. They get the password when the jobs are done. That's a great one. That's a great one. I like it. Patricia said, we did that, Kimmy, and we are not perfect. I'm so glad we did. There was a lot of emotion and anxiety from one teen then, and we learned to listen and know that pain was usually behind emotions. Okay, Maria said, very well said. Oh my goodness, good job in wording. Yana Kopetz said, I so needed this conversation. I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, and I tend to be like Mr. B with my kids. You talked about it in another live video about consequences. In case you didn't hear, Mr. B he would be overly dramatic, and then he would take away everything and just make them have this eensy-beensy little 5-minute thing. And they said, we had Daddy wrapped around our finger, but when I punished them, they knew they had to stay for the 30 minutes or whatever. Derek is amazing, Kimmy said. He has a button on his phone that shuts off our Wi-Fi, and if they don't listen, we change the password. There you go. And when you have great kids, Kimmy, I mean, nobody's kids are perfect. Please don't think that your child is damaged in some way because, because they're sassy or don't do what you ask them to do, or um, act crazy. You know, we all think that about our kids sometimes, like, oh my goodness, my kids have lost their mind, or I'm losing my mind. Um, it's not, it's normal, and it's tough. Being a parent is tough, but you have to be tougher than your kids. Not mean, firm. Okay. Patricia said, my daughter is now 29 and it was a blessing. It took a long time to get there and I was hurt, she was hurt, but we were so grateful for the therapist. What a blessing. Misty said, yes, I help her a lot. Good. Misty, I know she appreciates that. Z says, LOL, Erica, my husband is the same way, but I realize that he values our downtime in the evenings, so that's his consequence for not helping. He loses my company, so he begrudgingly helps. Whoa, that's great, Z. I love it. Patricia says, smart man. Marie Mack said, I guess that's your goddaughter or your granddaughter, does better on the 2-minute clutter check than her adult mom. I think because my grandchild, who is 5, has learned to do this at an early age, 3. I give her praise, and I knew it wouldn't take long. Good job. There you go, sister. That's what the Fourth of a Thousand is going to do, too. I'm so excited. Misty said, Mom needs my help for Grandma and stepdad on hospice. I stay busy helping her. I bet you do, honey. Chelsea Carroll, I'm about to join a Patreon family. Yes, Chelsea, I'll look for you. I can't wait for the great content. Thank you. I hope you think it is. Erica said, don't worry too much about hubby not helping. He's a disabled vet and still works 40 plus hours a week at a very physical job. Okay, and I'm not worried. I'm not. Sometimes they just don't help. They're too tired or whatever, like you said. Crafty Okie is here. Hi, Crafty Okie. I'm sorry you are late, and we are getting ready to sign off, but I hope that everyone has a wonderful evening. Mr. B's putting up the Patreon page one more time. I will see you tomorrow morning around 9, and then don't forget, Saturday, 9:30 a.m. sharp, Robin's interview. Okay, have a wonderful evening, and always remember that you are beautiful. Bye, Sandy. Thanks, Kat.